What's going on YouTube? Jeans here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are bringing you guys a Generation 1 favorite. We got ourselves Exeggutor for Ranked Regulation I. Now, when it comes to Exeggutor, this Pokemon is phenomenal in the Psychic terrain. Obviously, it has Expanding Force, but on top of that, it has Chlorophyll as ability, doubling its speed in Sunlight, which is why we're going to be pairing it up with one of our restricted Pokemon, Charizard, today. Now, Exeggutor over here is holding the Focus Sash as item. It is a Grass and Psychic type Pokemon with that Psychic Terror type to get that extra damage boost from Psychic moves. Then it's rocking Expanding Force, Energy Ball, Trick Room, and Protect. Absolutely love Exeggutor. I feel like every time I use it, I'm grabbing a couple wins, so hopefully that stays true in today's video. Like I already mentioned, one of our restricted Pokemon going to be Charizard over here, but our other one is going to be Shadow Rider Calyrex. Now, Shadow Rider Calyrex is rocking a Life Orb as item. It's got Astral Barrage, obviously, Expanding Force, Calm Mind, and Protect, so we can set up this Pokemon, or we can just get straight after it with big time damage moves. Charizard, our second restricted Pokemon, but this one's kind of different from the normal meta build of Charizard. This one has a Choice Scarf, allowing it to outspeed the fastest Pokemon in the format. Rocking Close Combat, Flare Blitz, Outrage, and U-Turn. Really do like this moveset. The Choice Scarf should catch a few opponents, like, off guard, right? Yeah. But, final three Pokemon, Sneasler, Indeedee, Incineroar. Indeedee sets that Psychic terrain, Incineroar does Incineroar things, and then Sneasler thrives out in that Psychic terrain with Unburden and Psychic Seeds. You guys seen that before. We're rocking out with it today. Guys, want to see for yourself? Battle code is at the top right hand corner, and if you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to smash that like button for me, and if you're new here, click that big red subscribe button. But without further ado, let's hop into match number 1, showcasing Exeggutor in Ranked Regulation I. Match number 1, let's get after it. Going up against Charizard and Ice Rider Calyrex. They also have Ursaluna, Chi-Yu, Raging Bull, and Brute Bonnet. Brute Bonnet has been getting so much spotlight in Regulation I, and I'm here for it. I love Brute Bonnet. It's got a little dinosaur tail. It's hilarious, but for the team that we're versing, obviously we want to bring in our restricted Pokemon. Do I want to lead Calyrex? Because Calyrex, honestly, a pretty solid lead here, unless they go into Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu would be a slight issue for us. We do have the Dark Terror type, which is actually pretty solid. Do I just go Charizard? I could go Charizard alongside with Calyrex. That would not be bad. That would not be bad. And honestly, doubling down with restricted right here, it's gotta be the play. It's gotta be the play. We're gonna do that. So I'm gonna double down with both of them. I could bring in the Exeggutor, Egbert over here. Love the name, Egbert. It's so funny. But I could also just bring in like Incineroar, because Incineroar could be pretty solid here. So I am gonna do that. And last but not least, I think we just bring in Indeedee just for that nice little support, right? You got Trick Room, you got Follow Me, Helping Hand, or I could just go Sneasler. But without that Psychic terrain, I just don't see the value in it. I don't see it. So I'm going in with Indeedee. Same thing with Exeggutor. Actually, I could have brought Exeggutor just because it would have thrived out in Sunlight. But I mean, without that terrain, it just doesn't get its full value. So I'd rather just bring Indeedee in here for a support Pokemon. Use Egbert in the next battle. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. So let's see who they end up leading here. This one could be a tough one for us. We do have the Choice Scarf Pokemon. There is a Chi-Yu. That was a Pokemon that I was worried about. Now, the thing about Chi-Yu here is, and same thing with Brute Bonnet, is they can hit me with Dark moves. Brute Bonnet usually rocks Sucker Punch, so probably going into the Dark Terror type with Calyrex is probably my best bet. And then from here, I mean, Collision Course works really well into Chi-Yu, but there is a chance that they do go for Ghost Terror type. Like Close Combat's gonna be, or it's gonna be super effective into both. And honestly, I could go for Calm Mind and read this. I could read this. Sucker Punch. There is a chance they Terrasilize. You know what? I'm just gonna do this, Close Combat this slot. I'm gonna Terrasilize and just rip an Astral Barrage. And the reason I want to rip an Astral Barrage with the Terror type is just in case he wants to go into Ghost Terror type. That's really the problem that I'm sitting at, right? In case he wants to go into Ghost Terror type, because there is that chance. There is definitely that chance. So we'll click this Terror button, get Dark with it. Don't have to really worry about Sucker Punch too much. I could have went for a Calm Mind and like try to make a read, but I just think playing it safe and going offensive here is probably the play. And yeah, there's going to be the Terror type. Right, Chi-Yu in the Ghost, or Brute Bonnet taking it? The Bonnet's taking it. Into what typing? Water, which isn't bad. It's not bad for us at all. That's not bad, because Astral Barrage can actually do relatively decent damage here. And he's going to go for that Sucker Punch, which has Soak all day, baby. Come on with that. Close Combat's going to fly into Chi-Yu. Do I take it out? I do. That thing could have been Choice Scarf, but we're outspeeding it, which is great news. So I outspeed the Chi-Yu, get it on out my face. Nice little Close Combat play. I think he thought I was going to go for like a Flare Blitz into that slot, but we're just ripping here. Astral Barrage going to fly. It should do relatively decent damage into Brute Bonnet now. Yeah, beautiful. Another one will KO, which is great news to hear. And from here, we got a lot of speed cooking. I mean, I got that Choice Scarf. I'm ready to go, and Raging Bolt's going to be the next Pokemon. I could end up swapping the Charizard here if I want to. And I could just go into, like, Indeedee at this point, which might just be a better play for me. Yeah, I'm thinking of just swapping into Indeedee and just ripping Expanding Force. Let's do it. Let's do it. So Expanding Force is going to fly here. We will reset our Choice Scarf, get our defensive stats back, considering we were -1 on special defense and regular defense due to that close combat. I'm ready to roll. Come on, man. Come on. Raging Bolt is a scary little customer, though. Let's be honest here. And they just cancel match. So quick match number 1. We just stomp on them with close combat and Astral Barrage. Let's keep it rolling here strong. Quick match number 1 made our opponent quit and cancel the match. But now we're going up against Miraidon and Ice Rider Calyrex with Drifblim. Drifblim does have Unburden. It's probably rocking the Electric Seed, so making it super, super fast. But I'm thinking we can just potentially go into Arcridon with the Choice Scarf, who should be able to outspeed this Exeggutor, correct? Yes, it should be able to outspeed the Exeggutor, and then we can U-turn pivot maybe into Indeedee here. I do like that. Our only problem would be if they go into Incineroar. Then we would just hard swap into Indeedee. Yeah, no, that works. So I'm going to bring in both of them. I am going to go Indeedee here early on. And last but not least, it has got to be Shadow Rider Calyrex, right? It has got to be Shadow Rider Calyrex. We're sitting here on the Regulation I ladder. It has got to be Shadow Rider Calyrex as our final Pokemon. There's just no question about it. No question about it. That and Miraidon are like the two staples. Like, if they're on your team, you're bringing them in here. I feel like it goes for a lot of our restricted Pokemon, but it is what it is. Alright, so Nanopleedum, Miraidon, and Drifblim. The U-turn pivot's probably the play. Actually, it could outspeed us. I'm just going to hard swap. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to hard swap. There's no need for me to just, like, to go for a U-turn and hope that I outspeed this Drifblim, because Drifblim's going to be flying in speed. Drifblim's going to be super fast. Super, super fast. I have Focus Sash on my boy. We're just going to go for the hard swap here instead of the U-turn pivot. And I'm just going to rip an Expanding Force. Actually, I'm going to Terra an Expanding Force. We're doing as much damage as we possibly can. I also have Focus Sash, so the only way Miraidon could outspeed us would be a Tailwind from Drifblim, right? That would probably be the only way. Now, Drifblim, for the most part, I feel like its move pool consists of, like, Will-O-Wisp, Tailwind, Strength Sap, and maybe some sort of attacking move, right? Because Drifblim's kind of... it does learn Acrobatics, so that is another one of its moves that it could be ripping into me with. We could see Acrobatics fly here. Get the Psychic Terrain out here, kind of just keeping this Miraidon under control. I'm going to click this Terra button, see how much damage we can do here with Expanding Force. Now, there is a chance that Drifblim could outspeed my Exeggutor, because the Exeggutor is only about, like, what was it, 117 on the speed board? So that means multiply that by 2. Oh, what would that be? 234? And he does outspeed, so he gets rid of my Chlorophyll, which is kind of sad. But Rain Dance, and Electric Drift's going to fly into this slot, which I think Indeedee soaks us. Indeedee does soak that, which is good news. So he gets rid of my Weather, which I do not like. Rocky Helmet's going to deal a little bit of damage, and Expanded Force is fine. Should still do great damage here. Expanded Force with that Terror type. Almost KOing that Miraidon. That would have been beautiful. I could swap into... what's it called here, but Follow Me is just going to be a play. I was going to say, I could swap into my Charizard, but Follow Me is just a simple play here. We have the Focus Sash, so we can soak up one of these shots. The only double hitting move he could potentially have would be Dazzling Gleam. But yeah, I like this. We're going to withdraw Miraidon. We go for Follow Me. We're going to take out Drifblim this turn. Then I can just set up the Sun later. Incineroar is a perfect Pokemon to swap into, though. Incineroar. Coming out here. At least Intimidate's not going to do anything to these Pokemon, so that's good news for us. I'll deal with it later. Follow Me. We're going to see the death of Indeedee. Really curious to see this. I know he's gonna go. Ooh. Good play. Good play. Great play. Great play. But, like, come on now. I'll give it to my opponent. Like, good play, but really, Destiny Bond? Really? Destiny Bond, dude. Really? Hurts the soul, man. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, eggs. Bye-bye, eggs. Wow. Out of all the moves, Destiny Bond, I'll give it to my opponent. It was a great play, but come on, man. Who's rocking Destiny Bond? That's crazy, right? Definitely crazy. I have the terrain out here. He is going to end up going into their terrain. At this point, just going into my Shadow Rider Calyrex is probably my best bet. Maybe just protecting and swapping. Or I could potentially just outspeed here. And get rid of Miraidon. What's the call here? Terrain's going to be gone. I have a lot of speed going right now. They still have Terra type, which is looking a tad bit scary. Knockoff is looking even scarier. I don't want to pop trick him. Go for follow me, ask for barrage, right? Yeah, let's do that. Because if he wants to fake out NDD, be my guest, fake out NDD. At that point, Calyrex should go next, right? KO the Miraidon. But if he wants to go for a knockoff into this slot right here, into Calyrex slot, we should just be able to outspeed, and then knockoff should slide over, right? Yep. Yep, so he wants to go for knockoff. We went for follow me. We made the right call. Astral Barrage is going to pick up the KO onto Miraidon. Incineroar's knockoff is going to slide over into Indeedee. It's going to KO Indeedee. And then I can now bring out my Chewy Scarf Boy and get after it, which is really nice. Really, really nice. Plus, I get that +1 boost. Get that lovely +1 boost onto my Calyrex. Cool. And you take a little bit of Rocky Helmet damage. We love that. Awesome. But Destiny Bond from the Drift Blimp? Come on now. What's going on here? What's going on here? Alright, Koraidon. Get this Pokemon on out here. They send out their own Calyrex, which is Ice Rider. Now, slight issue here is, like, who are they going to terrestrialize? That's the real question here. Because I'm going to choice into close combat. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. I'm choosing into close combat. I think I just take out Incineroar, right? I think I just take out Incineroar. I could go for Flare Blitz, but I feel like now that they're looking at this... Yeah, you know, I'm just going to go close combat. I won't get rid of this Incineroar. I'll go for Astral Barrage. Let's do it. Let's do it. Calyrex protects. Great call from my end. Bye-bye, Incineroar. No Terra type. It's gone. It's dead, man. See you later. Get on out of here. Get it on out my face. And that's going to be game, set, match. Then we got 2 restricted Pokemon that are faster than his. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So 2-0 to get this video started. First match was just a quick match from my Koraidon. Second match, Exeggutor taking control of things, but then Destiny Bond getting in the way. Kind of funny. I'm glad we got that on recording. But, I mean, from here, we're choosing to close combat now. We'll do that. We will go for another Astral Barrage. And I feel like they have to launch Terra here, right? They do. They do. This is where things can honestly get a little scary because I might have spoke too soon. Glacial Land's going to do some damage. Grass Terra comes out here. I'm +1 on special attack. I feel like the combination of both of these moves should be enough to KO. It should be enough to KO. Yeah, okay, you're dead. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing. I'm guaranteeing this Astral Barrage KOing. I'm guaranteeing it. That's game, set, match. So I didn't speak too soon. 2-0 for today's video. Bye-bye, Calyrex. Heck of a match, though. Final match for today's video on its way. Your boy is sitting 2-0. We already guaranteed ourselves a winning record. And like I said in the beginning of today's video, I seem to play really well with Exeggutor. This Pokemon rocks. But I'm going up against Kyogre here. Kyogre kind of puts a little bit of rain on our parade. No pun intended. Kind of just takes weather control from us. They have Zacian. They got Tornadus. Shenpao with Urshifu and Rillaboom. So a really strong team here. A really strong team. How should I play this one? I could go into Exeggutor and Koraidon and maybe just U-turn pivot out because that Tree Scarf makes us super, super fast. But chances are they're probably leading Tornadus, so that is a little tough. I could honestly just go into like Indeedee Sneasler for the lead and then bring in our restricted Pokemon with no Exeggutor, which actually sounds pretty good. Yeah, so Exeggutor, I used you today. I was happy with it. I'm ready to get after it with these guys. I'm ready to do this. So Sneasler, getting a little bit of love in here. The Sneezy, baby. Sneezy. I like Sneasler. I think it's a great Pokemon. I really do. I think it just like upgrades Weavile. Even though Weavile's not bad. It's not bad. Sneasler's just better. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. Sneasler's just 10 times better than Weavile. It's just better ability, just stat-wise, move-wise. It's just a great little Pokemon. We get this terrain out here early on here. I got my Unburden pop. My Psychic Seeds up against physical attackers. Not that good, but Follow Me could be the play. Zacian's a little scary. I could set up the Toxic Spikes. Could also just go into Dire Claw, and you know what? That's going to be my play. And Dire Claw, we're just going to Follow Me this shot. We're just going to let Indeedee die out here and let Sneasler do its thing, right? The chances are they go for Surging Strikes and like Behemoth Blade. And yeah, Indeedee just going to take both of those and just die. I mean, Rocky Helmet, though. Surging Strikes would be nice, because then I could potentially just get rid of this Urshifu, but he ends up hard swapping early on here. The hard swaps early on here, which is not bad. Gonna go into Kyogre. So yeah, that's gonna be Kyogre play. Gonna go into Surging Strikes. He's still gonna take Rocky Helmet damage, and we might just be able to get rid of this Urshifu this turn, which would be pretty nice for me. Let's see. So there's that. Dire Claw is gonna go first. Put him to sleep. Put him to sleep. Nothing. Surging Strike's gonna fly here. He's gonna take 3 Rocky Helmet shots, which is really good. We're gonna put him decently low. And after this, I can just get my Koraidon out here. Is that like that? Rocky Helmet getting after it. Rocky Helmet getting after it, man. Bringing it down. Oh, almost a KO. Almost a KO. That's big time for us. Okay. So since we have him that low at this point, Koraidon's got to be the play. Or I could just go in the Shadow Rider. We're both outspeeding, which is good. I mean, Aqua Jet's a tad bit scary, but I mean, Expanding Force here is really nice. And I can just double down into Kyogre. You know what? Yeah, a Calyrex is to play. I mean, we don't need weather right now. We don't need weather right now, just simply because of how fast we are. We don't need weather. Because, like, even if Kyogre could be choice, let's be honest, Kyogre could be choice, but even if it is, we're still cooking on the speed board. So I'm just gonna go Dire Claw, and I'm ripping this Expanded Force. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to roll. So instead of taking Sunlight here and forcing him to just hard swap out, Calyrex is easily our play. The Sneasler flying out here early on, Indeedee with the Follow Me, taking the Sacrifice, but setting up that terrain, I think is a great play for us. I think it's a beautiful play for us. If Kyogre ends up protecting, that's fine. Expanding Force is still just going to KO you, unless you're going for Aqua Jet. Unless you're going for Aqua Jet. Let's see, what you got here? And he's choiced. Yeah, it's rough. We're going to lose our Calyrex. Okay. So it would have been a good turn. I kind of thought that maybe this Pokemon could be choice at the end of the turn, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So he is choice. Sneasler's outspeeding, Koraidon's outspeeding. We're still sitting in a relatively decent position. The chance are he ends up hard swapping here. We probably want to choice into close combat. Right? Yeah. Hey, that would have been such a good turn. So who could they potentially have in the back end? They got the Zacian. We already know that. Probably the Shen Powered Rillaboom. Most likely. And we're going to Dire Claw just so we can finish you off. He's choice. And we'll close combat this Kyogre slot. Even though he's potentially swapping. Close combat's going to be our play. So yep, there's a swap. Close combat going to launch into this Pokemon. I wonder if it is Zacian. I wonder who he's going with here. No, it's going to be Tornadus as his final Pokemon. That pretty much just locks up the win, right? That's tough news. That's going to lock it up. That's going to lock it up. Hate to say it, but a Tailwind from this Pokemon pretty much locks it up. Here's the Soul. Close combat going to launch here. Still do really good damage, but at the same time, this Tailwind's gonna lock it up because he's going to go back into Kyogre. He's going to set the rain. He's going to go for a Tailwind. He's going to be outspeeding. Unless Sneasler could potentially still outspeed him. Maybe. Same thing with Koraidon. Could maybe still outspeed. And maybe we can get that speed drop. That speed drop would be gorgeous. Imagine we're not speed drop. That's like a sleep here. That'd be really good. So, I mean, I could do that. Could double down at Kyogre if I want to. And you know what? I am going to do that. It's like a last-ditch effort. You could make a read and go for Protect there, but that Choice Scarf Urshifu getting the best of us. Getting the best of it. And the reason I didn't know it was choice was because of the way the first turn fell. Like, Sneasler outspeeding everything with Unburden and then Follow Me going first. We just had no read on it to tell if it was choice or not. Because if I would have known it was choice, I legit would have just went for Dire Claw, and then Expanded Force to Kyogre, which would have been a really good turn. And he ends up protecting Kyogre again. GG's. GG's, unless this is just a Tailwind. It is just a Tailwind. Okay, cool. Cool. So it's just a Tailwind. We're still in it. We're still in it, but I kind of want to calculate some speeds here just to see who's fastest on the field. Because, I mean, Kyogre kind of floats around, like, I would say, like, 120-ish speed. Tornadus more like 150, 160 side. I mean, times that by 2. Sneasler has a shot here. Charizard, on the other hand, probably not. Probably not. I mean, I still have Terra type, which is decent. Do I want to send it on Sneasler or you? You, it really don't matter. I think we just send it on to the Sneasler here. The Sneezy's going to grab this one. We're going to double down to Kyogre. Just attack this Pokemon. Did I click close combat? I'd rather go for Dire Claw, because if we outspeed him, we can have a chance to, like, paralyze or sleep. Hold up, I gotta go back and terrestrialize this Sneasler. So I'm just gonna go Dire Claw. I'm gonna close combat this slot. Alright. So, I mean, our Terror type's not that good. I mean, I'm using it just so Bleakwind Storm doesn't KO us. Because we know he's going for Bleakwind, right? I mean, we know he's probably going for, like, Origin Pulse. But with that Tailwind, it's just, like, it pretty much just puts a nail in the coffin, right? I mean, I do outspeed with Sneasler. Give me a sleep. Give me a sleep! No! We don't get anything out here. Nothing. Koraidon down to 6 HP. Koraidon, can you outspeed a Kyogre? Can you potentially outspeed Kyogre? No, you don't. Can you dodge that, both you guys? Sneasler dodges it. Game, set, match. I mean, Sneasler's outspeeding here, but that's gonna be it. That is gonna be it. Thanks for playing. Thanks for coming, Jeans. You had fun. It's all good. That Choice Scarf first shoe. Really just getting after it. I am going to try to KO. Actually, no. Kyogre's might protect. I'm just going to KO this Bleakwind Storm Pokemon. We're going for gold here. We're going for gold. We're not going out without a fight. Get on out of here, Tornadus. Get on out of here. Maybe go for Origin Pulse again and we can dodge it. That'd be gnarly. That'd be cool. Nope. Ice Beam. Switching up. We might soak this. We do soak that. Alright. But we're not outspeeding Zacian. That's my one issue here. That's my one issue. How many turns are left in Tailwind? I'm trying to figure out ways we could potentially win this game. 1. Hold up. Actually, we can't even hit you with Dire Claw. Never mind. Never mind. This game's over. Unless I can get a crit with close combat and then have a missing Origin Pulse. You know what? Hold up. Hold up. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. You never know with Pokemon. You never know. There's Behemoth Blade. We would need a crit with close combat if we want to KO this thing. Because I was going to say, maybe we can go for Dire Claw, have this thing miss an Origin Pulse, because it's spamming them. It's spamming them. So I would need a crit here with close combat KO, and then be able to dodge this attack. I don't know. Go for the close combat. Going for gold here. Can you imagine if I win this game? Sneasler would be the MVP of MVPs, man. Close combat flies. Does great damage, but no crit. No crit. Like I said, we need the crit there, and that's going to be it. That is going to be it. Behemoth Blade, 100 accuracy, drops us dead. Choice Scarf Urshifu getting the best of us, but nonetheless, 2-1 for today's video. I'll take that winning record all day. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Exeggutor, Egbert, Eggman, whatever you want to call it, in ranked regulation. This Pokemon, I love it. I loved it. I only got to use it in match number 2, and it thrived out. I mean, Expanded Force does a ton of damage within the terrain. It had Trick Room, it had Orange Ball. Didn't get to use those today, but just focus on Exeggutor, especially with that Psychic Terror type. Make it do a ridiculous amount of damage. Our 2 restricted Pokemon, Koraidon and Calyrex, obviously always so good. But I like Koraidon with his Choice Scarf, being able to outspeed and deal big time damage. Then we had Incineroar and Sneezy over here getting after it today. I mean, I don't think we used Incineroar, but I mean, thank the Lord we didn't use Incineroar. We see it every single day, so that's actually a victory for us. I'll take that 2-1 winning record all day long. But guys, that is going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy the content, don't forget to smash that like button for me. And if you're new here, click that big red subscribe button so you know when all of my videos go live. Seriously, you guys rock out. Make sure you spread positive every day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.